5, 16, 19, 21, 33, and 10. Check results. You remember?
The Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. That wasn't planned. That wasn't set up as some kind of joke. That was just great timing. Spit. 1-7 something, 4 maybe 5. Pod a day, Doctor Away, all that great stuff. We do this every day. That actually reminded me of something just then, which popped back up onto my radar, which is James Charles just singing so many different clips. Like, you know how there's like a subcategory or whatever of clips of just sort of DJ Khaled antics, just his Instagram stories, him on a jet ski, him just like rambling on in the studio, him just sort of dancing at a bar mitzvah, who invited him, like that type of thing. Also, like a subcategory is just James Charles singing in little clips here and there, but he's like singing like he's really good. The kind of person to be like, hey guys, how does that do you know that song, the Three Little Birds song? Oh, you know it, you must know it. Three Little Birds, you know the one. The three little birds sat on my window, and they told me, they told me, they told me that you don't have to worry. Do you guys know that one? And it's just like, just hum it, man. Like, and if you're gonna sing it, just sing like a. This is an X Factor audition, you know. But James Charles, one of those people, he genuinely thinks he has the pipes, and not that type of pipe. I know the innuendo there, and with all the trouble he's gone into, you know, he needs to keep that tucked away. But yeah. I guess I suppose that the story there is it's funny that he sings not badly but not goodly, but he thinks it's goodly. Goodly's not a word. Fantastic Four, man. What's going on with that film? Who's been cast in that? You know, we're sort of getting teased and like blue balled and all this other stuff. Because I think Daveed Diggs, Paul Mescal, Adam Driver, Margot Robbie. That was like these are the four, right? But it's like, that seems like a great thought in terms of star-studdedness, right? So it's like now, it's going to be like, I think at the Comic-Con thing, look at me, nerd, it'll be like whoever walks out, is like, if it's not the main four, I feel like it's kind of underwhelming, like the four we've been talking about. Although that being said, the end result may be just massive star power, huge budget on them. You want to put that budget into other things, you know? If it's coming to like, not to say Marvel haven't got a huge budget, but you know, you should still be able to make a great Fantastic Four film, regardless of even if it costs you an extra 80 million or how much it would cost to get those people in. For me though, out of those four who would want to keep the role the most, it wouldn't be Margot Robbie. What's this? It wouldn't be Margot Robbie. It wouldn't be Daveed Diggs. I don't really care who the Thing is. I can't lie, it's a Thing. It'd be between Paul Mescal and Adam Driver, and I love both. I can't pick. Well, I prefer Adam Driver. I've watched his stuff more. Paul Mescal's just got on the scene. But I don't know, it'd be cool. Would he keep the Irish accent? Would he do an accent? I don't know. But ultimately, if I could cast anyone in that film, well, I don't know if they're doing the Doctor Doom. Is that his name? MF Doom. I think they're doing a Galactus thing. But I think, in terms of Doctor Doom, you know, I think Killian would be great. I saw like one image of someone who had Killian like as a little fan cast edit thing on Instagram. I was just like, wait a minute, you know, Killian slowly recently creeped into my favorite actors category, and like I think he would be sick. I think it'd be great to see him around in this kind of thing. Like, I just feel like he would elevate it in the kind of way that a lot of people who don't like the MCU Spider-Man trilogy felt, for reasons being Iron Boy, the writing, whatever it might be, like the pacing, the light-hearted feel, whatever the reason might be, I think a lot of them at least walked away from No Way Home thinking that it was elevated in a certain way, and literally just because they felt it was elevated by having like What's his name? Goblin Boy. What's your name? Willem Dafoe. And oh no, Alfred Molina. Right, having these people in those Raimi characters, they felt it elevated that film, forced people to write better because it was catering to these specific characters. Like the writing just comes to your lips like poison for these types of characters, right? You know. So like I feel like I just feel like the film would be forced to be of a certain quality or level or vibe if you get Cillian involved, and he's just sick. He's just a great actor, and he just has a presence on screen. Like I'm not gonna lie, I think Jonathan Majors is like one of the best around at the moment. He's in deep shit. If you, to be honest, Marvel's got to sort it out whoever they get, because, you know, Ezra Miller's DC, but with the whole like Jonathan Majors, and then like who was it recently? Oh, the fish boy, mermaid boy. I can't remember his name. Namor or Namor, if you want to be correct. He's got allegations at the moment as well, so everyone's fucking up. But I'm outside of that. I think Jonathan Majors, like he's not, his presence, I don't get it, man. A lot of people are like, oh my god, Jonathan Majors stole the show at the end of Loki, like he was so good. And it's like, yeah, he's doing like a little quirky, interesting type of thing, be like, like he's being like all quirky and stuff. And then his performance in like Ant-Man, like he's not acting badly, but like his presence on screen, I'm just like, yeah, sure. He's like, I'll kill your daughter, Ant-Man. Do you not think I'll do it? Do you not think I'll kill her in front? And it's just like, I'm not really buying this. I don't know, like, it's the same kind of way how what's her name? Black Swan, Star Wars, other things. She's in Thor, Jane Foster, Natalie Portman. That's I think that's her name. It doesn't sound right. You know what I'm talking about. Like I think she's like obviously one of the best actors of like a generation or whatever. Probably, I don't know what people think about Natalie Portman, but I can't even say her name. But I just don't think like she translated well to the whole being a superhero. Like her having to say like superhero died. Like some people just can't really fall into that. Like I think Jake Gyllenhaal is someone who, you know, can do different genres pretty well and go into it. I think Brad Pitt is low-key someone who can do that, and it doesn't feel awkward or cringy in any kind of way. Jonathan Majors one didn't feel cringy, and Pullman didn't feel cringy either. It was just more out of place. It doesn't feel like right for it, like that kind of role. And Jonathan Majors being that, it just doesn't feel right. And a lot of people, like I think, outside of what the characters' motives are and what the characters are as and their backgrounds, and if they're compelling or if they're just outright crazy or whatever it is, I think Josh Brolin was just like straight away from the jump, like, oh, this guy's got the gravitas, he's got something about him. I'm not saying Jonathan Majors is trying to do the gravitas thing in the Ant-Man. One's quirky, one's gravitas. So I've seen him do both, and both of them just weren't really going with him. But I think Cillian Murphy just walks on screen, let him have the Irish accent. Does it make sense? I don't know. Does it make sense for? Yeah, let him be Irish. I'm thinking it's Galactus, like some big space thing. Why can't they be Irish? But like, let him be Irish, man. Let him speak in whatever thing. Let him be Tommy Shelby for all I care. Just let him walk in, Tommy Shelby with a little chain thing on, but a silver mask that he takes off, and let him just, you know, Cillian Murphy it up, you know. You know, let him walk in. You fucked up the Gaddison. You know, just let him walk in, do his thing. It'd be great. God, Cillian Murphy in a Marvel movie would be great. Also, I don't know if it's a Fantastic Four film. I don't know if they ever crossed paths with Spider-Man or not. But I did see an interview the other day where Spider-Man himself, Tom Holland, did say, I think, what were the names? I don't remember. But I think it was 3 actors you'd want to work with in the future. And he said Meryl Streep, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Cillian Murphy again. So, Cillian, I'm on the blower. I don't know. I don't work for Marvel, but how'd I get your number? Don't worry about that, Cillian. Marvel, you thought about it? Get on the phone, you know? I'm involved. Another important thing is director. I don't know directors, but just get a good one. Whoever's good, get him. I don't have a favorite director or anything like that. Like, it's just too much to keep up with. You gotta be a real film bro to have like a favorite director and know their work and seeing all their films. Like, I'm all about actors. That's what gets me into a film. the actors attached to it. Like most of the time, if I watch a new film, it's because I've just been looking at IMDb and I'm like, if I like the actors in the film, I trust their judgment enough. I'm like, I'll probably like this, and I watch the film. Like most films I watch that aren't just like the obvious Marvel type thing, it's because like Adam Driver was in it, or Charlemagne was in it, or DiCaprio was in it, or Holland was in it, or Zendaya was in it, or fucking Cillian Murphy was in it, or I just watch stuff actors I like her in. Clearing my throat, but realistically just stalling for time because once again it's been really rough recently, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you, just trying to find things to say. News has been slow. Not much has been going on, and I do see things sometimes, but it's like, do I really want to talk about it on a podcast? Like, is there anything like easier, or it's been a lot of like same stuff. There's been a lot of superhero news. There's been a lot of like film related stuff, but I don't know. I don't like to do a lot of the same in the row. I like different news to pop up and stuff. I've seen some game news. I haven't really spoken about games at all on this, but like I think Formula One, that the new Formula One's out now or soon. Obviously FIFA, which they've now changed to EFC or whatever, that'll be out like September-ish. And then they got that open player Star Wars game, because Star Wars gets a lot of love in terms of like games, like I've noticed. I guess it's all down to rights and stuff, probably, because you'd wonder why they don't make more games of like just a really high quality. You know what I'm still waiting for? When are these next gen games really gonna drop? Like, I'm not being funny, that PlayStation 5 came out like what, 3 years ago? I want to say 3, because it's usually always longer than you think it would be, so I'm just going to say 3 years ago, and I don't think there's been a single game that I've seen drop that's actually been like, oh, that's next gen, that's blown me away. Yeah, there's been games with good graphics, whatever, but like, when they do that test stuff and they go through the matrix and they show you what you could really do now on these new engines or whatever it is, right? How these worlds can be massive and they can just like render out in front of you as you go and get bigger and bigger and basically be never ending, and like how they look this realistic and how they're this interactive and stuff. That has all the new games that like people are just playing Fortnite that looks like a kid's drawing, right? And that's just the style, but still, it's also a cop out for having to do anything hard. Or like Hogwarts Legacy was a big game recently everyone liked. Like that game looked like it could have came out 10 years ago though, in graphics. It's like, and again, that's like a stylistic choice. But again, are we just saying that's a stylistic choice because it's also a cheaper choice? It's like, this expensive ass console, next gen console, came out so long ago, and what is the first game that's actually gonna feel like it's worth it gonna be GTA 6? Cause I don't see another game. I didn't actually watch that Star Wars open world trailer yet, but I've just not seen a game like nothing has been like whoa. Like, sure, don't get me wrong, there might be games with good graphics, but I saw games on PlayStation 4, Xbox One with good graphics. Like, I'm talking about something that's like, oh wow, like this is actually, like, because they always do show you stuff that's like, oh wow, but it's always like, it's just test stuff. It's like, what are you showing me test stuff for? Like, we should be well past test stuff. Like, I'm not annoyed because I didn't buy a next gen console, but it's like, if you did, what was the fucking point? Fucking flies. But yeah, anyway, that's all. This was 17304. See you in 175 or 6.
Here with the kids, and I had like 3 kids, and the geezer was probably on like maximum 20 bags a year. Like the most boring bloke you'll ever meet. He was like a hero.